Welcome to the Business Hub.
Business in Nigeria. It started as Anthony Nelson.
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to have you here again on the Business Hub, and on this special segment with Mr. Israel Iyamu on building black wealth in North America. We've had a lot of episodes, and quite a lot has been, taught on this series. And I'm sure that today you are also in for a great time, because we will be looking at debt management. And Mr. Israel has quite a lot to dish out to every one of us today. So, Mr. Israel, it's nice having you on set today.
Thank you,
How you
Prince.
doing?
Yeah, thank you.
You're
very
looking
much.
younger, and too much money, man.
Well, we're having families. It's not about the money.
Oh, man. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you.
So, tell us, what do you have for us today on the debt management?
Yes, like we mentioned, the financial foundation started from the base, which is protection. We've talked a lot on protection generally, that it is good that we have some form of protection one way or the other, especially the life protection. And families there, the question I usually ask everyone is that, how long can you pay your bill forward if you stop working today? There are a lot of people that have critical illness condition, there are a lot of people that have terminal illness condition, and those bills will keep coming. So the aspect of protection we mentioned a lot. The only protection that most of us do is our car insurance, and that cannot help you when there are issues. Those bills will keep coming. Now we're talking about the next level on the financial foundation is the debt management. Yes, there are good and bad debts. And from what we've seen, the debt crisis is staggering, it's increasing. A lot of families are in debt and they don't know how to go out of it. In fact, the 2019 survey showed that 3/4 of Canadians have about 73% debts. 3/4 of Canadians are in one consumer debt or the other. They are living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, 1/3 of that population said that they have too much debt. So that is also a crisis. And if you look at the statistics too, it shows that among the G7 countries, Canada is the highest countries with consumer debt. What do you mean by consumer debt? Credit card debt, car loan, people just want to get around. Mortgage is the highest part of it. Then line of credit. Then the statistics also show that a lot of people, they use the payday loan in the past 12 months. So that is a challenge. And that challenge is what we need to look out to, help ourselves, educate ourselves, inclusive the speaker. Because most of us came into this country, we do not understand the system. Every card that we see everywhere, they just brandish this card to you. We collect the card and we use. Without a plan of repayment. We use it just for consumption alone. Debt is good if you use it for asset building. They are what we call income generating assets. You can use your debt to generate assets. So when we talk about the protection and the aspect of investment in the protection policy, people always have opportunity for those that have grown their life insurance portfolio with good level of cash advantages. They can borrow from that also to generate more income. And let me tell you, for those that are using their debt to do business and generate income, they also have some level of tax advantage. So the issue of debt is really very serious. Then the next level, I think we can go more and more on debt, but I just want to mention that.
Okay, before you move to the next level, can you let us into some of the most, I call it common types of debt, and how do people address it, especially in Canada?
Yes. the most common type, the credit card. I mean, you're just coming to a new place. Like this, what we are doing is to address the immigrant community, the racialized and the black community, because we are most vulnerable in all this thing we are talking about now. So when I look at most of the transactions I've done with my clients, I see that the debts is from the credit card debts. Some even take the pay day debt. They just go for some of these lending company and want to take quick debt, and they get it at the higher, especially if their credit history is bad. They get the debt at the higher, so that is even sinking them more into debt. Credit, line of credit, so that the student loan. A lot of immigrants came into this country, they want to go to school, they come in and they take student loan. For those that are Canadians or PRO, they take debt. Even their children already in that debt. So it's like we are transferring debt from one generation to another. So when they take that student loan, in fact, if you remember the US election, Obama completed his student loan payment at the time he was running for the US presidency. Imagine student loan, that long period. That's when he paid off his student loan. The situation is really pathetic because at the end, you spend a lot going to school, you take a student loan. This loan is building. After your school, you start building. Rate of return, the interest rate start building, right? And people struggle to meet up. I mean, after...
At that point, it's like a way out, and people want to, at least you need that education, and that's the best way for you to get this, moving forward.
Yes.
So, doesn't it seem like a good debt?
I will not see it as a good debt because some of them that takes that debt, they don't really usually use it for that purpose. Most of them, because they don't understand, right? If they use it just strictly for schooling, then it's okay. Then you must find a quicker way to reduce it. So was the solution actually? So when we look at setting debt profile, looking at the different debts of household debt, including the student loan, credit card, line of credit. So we have what we call the debt roll-up. Debt roll-up is one strategy that is applied for people that are in serious debt situation. Applying the debt roll-up is more like using a psychological way of helping somebody to reduce your debt. So with extra $100, most of this debt credit card I will carry around, the banks will just tell you to pay the minimum. You have a 2,000 debit hanging in your credit card. The bank will tell you to pay the minimum, maybe the minimum of $10 or $20. Then that's 1,900 or something is hanging there month. In fact, you are being charged 29% on the outstanding debt that you are refused to clean up. So that 29%, just imagine how long that debt will grow. If you use the rule of 72, which is dividing 72 over 29, it will tell you how quick you're able to double your debt. So a lot of people have doubled their debt over the years, so they are in serious problem. So the solution is that we use the debt roll-up and said, okay, now, can you use $100 extra? Just $100. Can you pay $100 extra if the minimum they say you should pay should be $10? Can you make it $110? Okay. And that takes a lot of discipline. Once you add $100 extra, starting out from the minimum, the lowest debt level, maybe a credit card, just $100 extra, you'll be surprised that debt that will be able to maybe it's going to take you like 12 years to pay. It might take you less than like maybe 5-6 years. So once that person has settled that,
requires a conscious effort to get that.
Deliberate conscious effort. So it's habits. People build consumption habits over time. So getting out of that habit takes also practice and conscious effort. If I tell you now to do your hand like this, the unconscious effort is that one will be on top of the other. Yeah. That's habit. So making it the other way around takes deliberate, conscious effort. Same thing with the debt. If you are in debt today, you can contact me, we can assist you. We have professional people that can assist you to take your debt from the lowest level out gradually to maybe the line of credit, gradually to your car loan, gradually mortgage is the highest. But when you start doing that, somebody that might be paying out all this debt in the next 35 years, it might take you 16 years to clean it up.
No.
And that will save a lot.
Now, how does debt affect mental well-being? And for someone who is already in such situation, are there resources that could help to alleviate or get one out of that?
Yeah, I'm not a medical doctor, so I cannot really talk on your mental state. But from the finance aspect, I've noticed that if people are in such kind of debt, there's a tendency that it also creates ill health. So when we talk about the protection and all those things that we talked about before, some of the causes is because people are having sleepless nights because of their debt situation. Imagine 1/3 of percentage of Canadians, over 31%, they say they have too much debt. That is a survey. We are not talking of the over 73% that are in debt currently. That's the household debt in Canada, as we speak, is the highest in the G7 nation. America is also part of them. So talking about those in North America, that is exactly what we are saying. So it takes a conscious effort. Like I said, there's a good debt and bad debt.
Now, okay.
Can you move?
I love this aspect of the good debt and the bad debt. So
Yes.
what are the key difference between the good debt and the bad debt?
Yes, simple, straight. The bad debt is a debt that you take for consumption. You just swipe and go and get things that you don't need to impress people that you don't know, to shame your enemy that doesn't even care about you.
Mortgage is a good debt.
Mortgage could be a good debt if the mortgage is not your primary home.
As well as student loan.
Student loan is a good debt at a certain stage. So the good debt that I'm talking about is a debt that you get to generate other assets. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
So the good debt I'm looking at, the concentration of the good debt is that, okay, now somebody might have a policy that has good cash value. You can borrow from that policy. It's your own policy. Now you are not acting like a bank. Now your policy is acting like a bank for you. You can go there, sign the policy loan, and get it. The company will give you facility on that policy. Imagine somebody that's having like 500K cash value already grown. Maybe he has 1.5 million. In a particular time in there, maybe after 20 years or thereabout, his cash value has grown to like 500,000 that he can access. He's not going to just withdraw the cash if he wants to, fine. But now that cash value that is working for him, maybe he's doing double digits already. Like maybe sometimes when my client, they have 15, 17, even 19, 20, 20% running already on that. So you use your policy loan, you act as your own bank. You borrow from that policy and use it to go and generate some other assets. So the money you take from there is not going to use to blow it up. You can use it to go and set up something else that will also generate income.
Before I let you go.
Yes.
So, would you want to tell our viewers that credit card debt is a bad debt? Payday loan is a bad debt. Can you look at that?
Okay. Credit card debt is not entirely a bad debt if you clean it up. But if you have it hanging and you have used it for something that doesn't generate other assets, then it's a bad debt. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If you have a credit card, I may also have a credit card and it's up to build your credit history. But you only use your credit card for items that you can afford. So immediately you use the credit card, you clean it up before the 2 weeks, whatever, where the interest aspect is setting. If you have a line of credit, good. Use the line of credit, then gradually pay it down. The line of credit is even better because the interest rate on the line of credit is smaller than that of credit card. The interest rate of line of credit is between 9.5, 10, maybe some banks will give you 11. But your credit card is 29%. So it's better you use the line of credit to use it for income generating asset. Not necessarily for consumption. Most of us use it for consumption. That's where we get stuck.
Payday loan.
Payday loan, oh my God. Payday loan, that shows that the person is already in critical condition.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for today. Thank you for being part of this beautiful edition with Mr. Israel Iyamu. Thank you, Mr. Israel.
Thank you, Prince.
It's nice having you. All right, see you at the next edition, right?
Business in Nigeria. It started as accident